guys, and welcome back to True Devotion. We are doing another episode of random Christian topics discussed on Wednesdays. So, if you're ready for that, join me. Today we are talking about what to say or what to do when people try and attack your faith, which happens a lot, and a lot of people do things wrong and kind of make enemies. So we're going to discuss on how to do that. Let's get started. So, what to say to people who attack your faith, or what to do, rather. So first, stand firm in the faith. Don't let their accusations tear down your faith. If it is at the point where you are not strong enough in your faith, the best thing to do is probably walk away, because you don't know where you're going to get yourself. Second point, don't be like them. So someone attacks your faith and says it's irrelevant or just dumb or something. Do not go and attack them with your words and say that, and give all these, angrily tell them all the reasons why you are right and they are wrong, because it's going to be so much harder to bring them to Christ. And so that is why it is so very important that you keep your calm. And if you don't think you can keep your calm, the best thing to do is walk away. Third thing, your words and actions need to reflect God's image. God's image, okay guys? So it is very important that it reflects God's image, because you are a Christian, which means you show everybody what Christ is like. And we are humans, and we are imperfect, and so we won't always say the right things or do the right things. But it's very important when somebody attacks your faith, that, like the last point, you don't attack them. But also your words and actions need to reflect God's image. So don't lash out at them angrily, or do any of those stuff that you may really be tempted to do. Think about your words and actions and how they reflect God's image. The fourth thing is, tell them you believe by faith. Like, sometimes there's things in the Bible that don't make sense to us human brains. And the Holy Spirit will reveal things to you as you grow in your faith, but some things our human brains cannot wrap around God, like God's wonder. We cannot wrap our little minds around it. It is too complex for us. And sometimes, and so all of these atheists and people who believe in other religions are going to try to tear you down, saying this doesn't make any sense. But we believe by faith. So it is important to remind them of that. So if you remember, way back when we did our first Bible study with me, which was quite a long time ago, we read Romans 1. And so Romans 1:16, I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God for the salvation of everyone who believes. First for the Jew, then for the Gentile. Now this verse will help you when you're attacked. It's important to remember it, because I am not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. We are not ashamed that we believe in the truth. I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God for the salvation of everyone who believes. So an important thing, which is the fifth point here, is don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed and drag yourself down into a hole of pity and misery because somebody said that your God isn't real. So don't be ashamed of it, but don't lash out. 1 Corinthians 2:13 reads, "And we impart this in words not taught by human wisdom, but taught by the Spirit, interpreting spiritual truth to those who are spiritual." So, what that basically means here, so the words are not taught by human wisdom, but taught by the Spirit. So, you can't expect people to know about this when they are not Christian. But taught by the Spirit, interpreting spiritual truths to those who are spiritual. So the people who are not spiritual won't know these spiritual truths. And that's an important thing to remember when somebody is attacking your faith. So that was my 6th point, I believe. Next point is you need to rely on the Holy Spirit to help you. The Holy Spirit is there for a reason. And if you feel like the Holy Spirit is warning you to not say something or telling you to say a specific thing, then it's important to rely on the Holy Spirit to know what to do in these situations, which is very important. Which is very important with this. For the next point, we're going to go to Proverbs 15:1. "A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." So, soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. So, this is incredibly important when people are attacking your faith, because because you want to have the first thing, a soft answer. You do not want to have a harsh word. So when somebody's attacking your faith and asking you all of these questions, you want to think about Proverbs 15:1, about how you want to have a soft answer and not a harsh word. And it's really important for that, which, ties into my other points about how you shouldn't lash out on people. Matthew 10:16 says, "Behold, I am sending you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. So be wise as serpents and innocent as doves." So, we are sheep in the midst of wolves. These wolves want to devour us. But we need to be as wise as serpents and as innocent as doves. And it's kind of a hard thing to wrap our head around is what does wise as serpents and innocent as doves mean? So basically we need to be wise and innocent. So you want to be wise to know the truth, and know what important things there are to say, but key the innocence to where you don't lash out. Like I've said many times before, you don't go their way and resort to anger. Next point brings us to Matthew 5:44 when it says, "But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you." Now, if you grew up Christian, you probably have heard this a lot, but it still applies to this situation when people are attacking your faith. You want to love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. So you want to, again, don't lash out. That's why I keep saying it, because it's so important, is when somebody attacks your faith, don't go their way. So instead, you want to love your enemy and pray for these people who are attacking your faith, these atheists, these people of different religions, because they don't know God, and the path that they are going on is leading to hell. And so we also want to pray for them. And instead of going home and thinking, boy, are they stupid, oh my gosh, I cannot believe they decided to try and attack my faith. My faith. Pray for them. And love them, because it is so important, because we are not above them. We're humans too, and we want them to come with us to heaven. So that's why it is so important. My last point is the difference of what you can do whether people are attacking your faith online or in person. If it's in person, it's better to watch your tone and watch your facial features, facial expressions. So you don't want to sound angry, or if you're talking to them, you don't want to sound like this. You don't want to look like this. You want to, if you can't smile, at least try not to look sad or scared or mad. Just try to remain calm and talk calmly, talk like I'm talking right now, because that's important, because if you seem like, even if you don't lash out, but if you look like you're about to lash out and you're just stopping yourself from doing it, it's not going to end well. So you want to appear like you are calm, and that will help cool down the argument. But if you're online, don't get into a heated argument. Like somebody says, somebody gives all these points, he's not real, bam, 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 bam. Anyone who's a Christian doesn't believe in science, and you go and you reply to their post with 5 giant paragraphs on how they are completely wrong. We don't want to do that, and we want to still be calm and try and point people to the truth. Try and point to people the truth lovingly. And so that is my points for how to act when people try and attack your faith. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's not my typical video, but I do hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to put your thoughts or anything else that I may have missed in the comments, and like, subscribe, all that jazz. I will see you next one. Bye.